Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler Vegas series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I have really high hopes for this one. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Valiant Thor shirt. Yay! I don't know if I've ever worn this in a review. Maybe, but it would have been a while ago. Which is actually kind of surprising. I actually have two identical shirts of this. But if you're unfamiliar with the band Valiant Thor, they've actually been around for a while now. Like, I started getting into them back when I was probably just getting out of high school. So they've been around for well over a decade. Kind of mix of southern rock, stoner metal, very cool stuff. Not actually usually my type of jam. I'm a little bit more kind of up-tempo, but I got into these guys years and years ago, and, I've just really enjoyed their stuff ever since. And I was fortunate enough, it's actually the reason why I have duplicates of this shirt. I got to see them perform live once at a venue not too far from where I live, and, the guys were all super cool. It was a really great set. Like, the show was fantastic. And after everything was said and done, though, I was kind of bumming around. And the lead singer basically got stuck with loading all the merch. Like, everybody else fucked off. And he was like, ah! So I kind of helped him out a little bit. And then I went over there. They had to go get some, like, band promo stuff done. So I watched their van, which is nice of them to trust me based off of very little. So I'd already bought a shirt earlier. And he's like, you can have another shirt. But they're a really good band. I actually do have like one or two videos, I think, of that performance. They're on my channel just in case you want to check them out. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Why do I have high hopes? Well, folks, it's because it happens to be, boom, super coffee, XXTRA, coffee plus energy, 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is some stuff, 7 grams of protein. This is their vanilla iced latte flavor. Ooh. 0 added sugars, B vitamins, ginseng made with real milk, cup of joe, more like a cup of whoa, man. And then it's got a whole little thing. But the reason why I am really hopeful about this is because I reviewed their mocha flavor a couple weeks ago. And so now I'm like, okay, I really like that. Please be good. But yeah. So I got this, by the way. It was at a Meijer gas station. So I don't know if they're exclusive. I've never seen them anywhere else, but... Oh, let's get a thing for the thing, by the way, before I open it up. It looks like this. Ha 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 ha! And let's open it up over here. That part was tasty. Thing down, help out a little bit. Razzafrazz and sun, as it were. Doesn't have much of a scent, but it smells like, vanilla coffee drink. Okay. Alright, that's nice. You can definitely tell that they're working off basically a base blend of whatever their flavor is, and then applying the mocha or the vanilla, because it definitely has very similar notes to the mocha as far as like some of the base flavors. It's nice. One of the things I mentioned that I like with the mocha so much was that it had, because like if I'm comparing this against something, it'd probably be like closest to like a Starbucks double shot drink. And one of the things I liked about it, and I like about this, is that they're lighter than those. Like they don't lose flavor, but they don't feel as heavy. And this continues that. So I like that. I will say this though, I'm not as impressed with this one as I was with the mocha. With the mocha, I really had to give them a lot of credit for the way that they added in the chocolate flavor, because it had sort of like almost a cocoa kind of flavor to it, which I thought was really nice. With this, the vanilla flavor is decent, but I don't think it works quite as well, like especially with like the protein aspect and stuff, because you can, with the mocha one, you couldn't really taste much of like the protein kind of flavor to it. With this, you can taste it a little bit more, which is kind of surprising. Usually I've found the vanilla ones are a little bit better at sort of masking that than the chocolate, but yeah, this time it's a little bit of the reverse. Mind you, it's not like an abrasive flavor or anything like that, but it's, you can just tell a little bit. But it drinks really nicely. The vanilla flavor, like I said, I don't think it does quite enough to mask that protein influence, but it also does kind of work with it, to be fair. Like, it doesn't exactly perfectly blend, but it kind of does a little bit. It's kind of hard to describe. But yeah, I think the biggest point of contention I have with this is that whereas the mocha one, I really enjoyed the chocolate flavor. I really felt like that was the standout. With this, the vanilla flavor is decent, and I would even go as far as to say good. I think because of the way that it's blended with the, again, with like that protein, whatever it is, it doesn't really allow it to shine the way that I'd like. It kind of does at times. Like, there's sort of peaks and valleys where you'll get like a stronger vanilla flavor, and it's like, okay, that's really nice. And then it goes more to the protein flavor. But at the very least, the protein flavor is not bad. It's, it doesn't detract from anything. It still kind of keeps that nice creamy consistency. But you can tell it hinders that vanilla a little bit. But it's not bad. Like, all things concerned, I'm not enjoying it. Two questions have to be asked, though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe on occasion, sure. For me personally, like I said, I came into this really hopeful because the mocha really impressed the shit out of me. I thought it was really very good. And that was one where it's like, yes, I'm going to go get more of that at some point, because like I really enjoyed that, and it offered something that I wasn't getting from, like, again, like a Starbucks double shot. With this, it's good. And if I ran, like, especially if it were more widely available, if it wasn't, only at one gas station that I know of, I'd probably go over there and tag it in every now and again. But I don't think it would be a go-to for me. I still probably would go with like the vanilla Starbucks over this, even though I do still like the fact that it's lighter than the Starbucks drinks. But in terms of the flavor, yeah, I think I'd probably give it to the Starbucks on the vanilla. And then if I'm recommending it to people, like, this is one of those things where I'd say give it a shot. If you've never tried it before, because like in worst case scenario, there's nothing bad about it. Like, there's actively nothing that I dislike about it as a drink. It's a little bit underwhelming, and again, especially based off the expectations I had from the previous drink. And that's on me. But I think if I'd gone in to this one first and moved to the chocolate one, it would have been like a nice ascension. But in this case, it's a little bit of a decline, not drastic, but 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year, folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly Starbucks double shot vanilla-tastic rest of your life, because again, I gotta give it to them on that one. Again, not bad, but final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. I messed up my hand thing. Here's what you're gonna do, folks. You're gonna try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I'd like you to go out and do. If you happen to run into any of this super coffee stuff or whatever, first of all, hit me up in the comments. Let me know if there's any other flavors just besides the mocha and the vanilla, because if there are, I'd love to try them. But especially if you try the vanilla, I'd be interested in your opinion on it too. You know, do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Whatever the case may be, because it's just, this is one of those things where I am a little bit sort of on the edge with it. You know, it's like, I like it overall for sure, but it's like, I don't quite know how much. And, you know, to be fair, I mean, I'm going to wolf the rest of this down. I got a little bit of a drive ahead of me. Not bad, but, you know, and I've been working all night, so. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear your opinion on the subject. So, anyway.